Why do they never go in for me? Hey music lovers! Yes, it's me again. Yes, I'm here. Look, this way. Yeah, back with another vinyl Wodge. I am going to resume my indie videos in the next couple of days, or maybe even tomorrow, who knows. I've been planning out the next couple, so they're raring to go. But I thought I'd knock out a vinyl Wodge. And a bit of VCLT as well, for good measure. So, let's do the VCLT first. A chap called Mark contacted me on Facebook, and he said how much he was enjoying my videos, and that he'd like to send me some records that he had knocking about. So Mark, he's better known as Flip Disc, doesn't have any videos on his channel. Mark, get some videos up. Do it. Go on, do it. But he sent these records along, and very nice they are too. So I've got a copy of Johnny Cash and the Tennessee 3, one piece at a time. I haven't listened to these yet. I just got them today, so I haven't had a chance. I've also been out picking more records up. So I haven't had a chance to listen to these yet. So on the stock CBS, released in '76. Looking forward to listening to this a whole lot. Always nice to get original Cash albums, and it's also nice to get Cash compilations. And here's a 2 LP set released on Pickwick. Terrific track listing. So there we go. There's The Man in Black. Here we go. So it's quite a varied track listing actually. It's not a load of stuff that I've necessarily got on other compilations, so it's quite nice to have that lot. Let's just pull one of the records out. There we go, on the good old Pickwick label. Beloved of Woolworth stores in the 1970s and 80s, I guess. Don't know. But that is, I'm chuffed with that. That's really lovely. Thank you, Mark. And one more. Also got a copy of this new wave compilation called Street Level, 20 New Wave Hits. And it's got a really good track listing actually. You've got Pistols, Stranglers, Pretenders, In Jury, Skids, Buzzcocks Magazine, Plasmatics, Public Image, Blondie, Boomtown Rats, Tom Robinson, Newman, John Fox, Nick Straker, XTC, Gen X, Members, Sound of the Suburbs, what a song that is, Banana Splits by the Dickies, and Jonah Louie, just to round it off. There we go. And there's the track listing. So I'm going to enjoy listening to those. So Mark, thank you ever so much for those. That is absolutely fantastic. Right, on to the Wodge proper. Right, okay. Oh, and there's a little note as well. Mark, I will try to keep up the good work, okay? Thank you so much. Right, here we go. Now, these records I picked up off eBay, but the thing was, I didn't pay any postage because the seller lived in Exeter as well, and he agreed that I could pick them up in person, so I saved on all the postage, which, seeing as it's that many records, was quite a packet. So let's go through them. So the first record that I'm going to show, I've got a load of albums, and then I've got about 6 or 7 12 inches, and they're, now if you don't want to see the 12 inches, they are kind of more 80s house with some other 80s. They're all 80s 12 inches, but they're interesting. But I'll tell you when I switch over to the 12 inches, just in case you don't want to see cheesy 80s stuff. It's not cheesy though. Anyway, so the first one up. So, got this one, Tenement Steps, by The Motors. Don't know which way around you want to do it. Is it that way or that way? Who knows? This is a cracking album. Really good album. I think everybody on the VC knows that James Griffiths is probably the Motors' #1 fan. He's recorded videos about them, mentions them often. He sent me a copy of, now I don't know which Motors album it was. Can't remember. It's the one with Airport on it. And James, I'm sure you'll put me right. It's up there somewhere. But I saw this, and I think I got, most of these were like between £1 and £2.50, I think. So about that. So I think this was about £2.50 I paid for this one. And what a record this is. James, I don't know whether you agree, but I way prefer this to the other one. This is great stuff. Kind of, how can I explain it? It's kind of that poppy rock, kind of new wave rock, but there's so many synths on it. It's kind of like, it's hard to describe. Maybe kind of like, I'm really stuck. I can't really, what's his name? Steve Harley. Maybe Steve Harley-esque? Maybe? Not really sure, but it's a brilliant new wave album. This is excellent stuff. I'm definitely playing this again. Great stuff. Great start to the Wodge. Right. I've been looking for this for cheap for ages, and I think I picked this up for about £1. Seen other copies in charity shops and they've always been beat up, but this is a really nice copy. So this is Joe Boxers and their debut album, Like Gangbusters. So they're kind of based themselves on the early Dexies, so Geno period Dexies really. They've got the boxer look going on there, kind of that old 1950s style get up. Maybe 1940s actually, don't know. There are two big hits over here, Boxer Beat and Just Got Lucky. I love both of them. This is kind of, the album's full of the same kind of stuff. Really, really good record. I didn't show this anyway. I might get the motors back up. Anyway, so there's a label on RCA, and they've got their own little custom label going on there. So yeah, well chuffed to get this one. You know me and my 80s records by now. I'm just gonna try and sort out, now this, you could get another intro video out of this one because it's such an odd shaped cover. Right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Custom sleeve. There's a sleeve to the there's a label to the Motors as well, because I forgot to show that one. Am I going to be able to get this back in? I've got to do a little bit of gluing on the inner sleeve. That's that way. That's like that. That's like that. And that goes in there. Ah, success. Right, okay. Another band I've been picking up loads of records by is this one, Steel Eye Span. I really enjoy their records, really enjoy the folkiness of them. So they were, well, they still are, they're still going. They play traditional folk music from Britain, but using electric instruments and acoustic as well, but they electrify it. This one doesn't have any drums on it, and it's marvellous. So this is called Pleased to See the King. Chock full of traditional songs like The Blacksmith, Cold, Haily, Windy Night, Boys of Bedlam, which is all about an inmate in Bedlam, the mental hospital in the 19th century, 18th century. Lark in the Morning, Lovely on the Water. Probably the best thing about Steel Eye Span is Maddie Pryor, I love her stuff. I've heard a fair amount of her stuff, like with June Tabor, As the Silly Sisters. I've heard that. I've heard other stuff. I haven't heard much of her solo stuff actually. Seem to be concentrating on Steel Eye Span, but that's about the fourth or fifth album I've got by them. This was their second album, released in, I think it's 1971. So this was originally released on a different label. Can't remember the original label, but then it was reissued almost immediately on Mooncrest, which is quite a pretty label actually, isn't it? That one. Terrific stuff. Cracking, as I should say more often, seeing as the name of my channel is Cracking Vinyl. Right. There we go. Right, okay. Also picked up for £1. I do like a Motown compilation, and here's another one. Can't resist these. Total 80s graphics on that. That's not the first Motown compilation I've picked up from the 80s that has got this sort of graphics. They didn't try and go with a classic look. I guess they were trying to appeal to current record buyers. Well, this has got some absolute corkers on it. My Guy's on here. Where Did Our Love Go? Baby Love. Awful lot of Diana Ross on here. Nowhere to Run, which is just a phenomenal song. Absolutely phenomenal. Stop in the Name of Love, Uptight. How Sweet It Is. Can't Hurry Love. Reach Out, I'll Be There. What Becomes of the Broken Hearted. Keep Me Hanging On. Standing in the Shadows of Love. I love that song. It Takes Two by Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston. So, terrific track listing. There's other songs on there as well. Originally released in '85, that one. Terrific stuff. Right. Oh dear, there we go. This is an idea of this Wodge, really. If you're of a nervous disposition, look away now. I don't know, I must have bid on this wrong. I don't know why I picked this up. What was I doing? Anyway, so this is Spagna, with Dedicated to the Moon. I don't mind the track Call Me. I really don't know what was doing getting this. The track Call Me was it was a massive #1 in Britain. But the rest of it is really quite awful Euro pop rock. Was she Italian? Is that where she came from? This is a Dutch copy. Is it Dutch? Well, printed in Holland, so I don't know. Maybe. Got the inner sleeve with her fright wig on. On the red CBS from the 80s. Released in 1987. I don't really have much more to say than that. Call Me, yeah, Call Me's alright. Right, moving on. Better stuff, better 80s pop. I really love this record. So it's Pointer Sisters, Breakout. This was probably their biggest success in Britain. I don't know whether it was in the States or not. But they had 2 big singles with Jump and Automatic, and they're both 80s classics. Totally brilliant 80s pop. And also, probably my favourite, it wasn't a massive hit over here. I think it was in Beverly Hills Cop? One of the Beverly Hills Cop movies, maybe 2. Is a track called Neutron Dance, which I think is just a sublime piece of 80s soul-y pop. Now I've never heard of this label before. Planet Records. Anyway, there's the label, Planet Records. Comes with the inner sleeve with a lyric sheet, although I don't think I'm really going to want to sing along with that. Listening to it is quite good enough. There you go. There's the girls. Really, really like this album. Really like it. Classic 80s pop. Right, we've got a couple of records from the 70s next. I mean, this Wodge was all over the place. I think this guy had... what did he say? What did he... Yeah, they're from a house clearance. And apparently, I mean, he had a fair number of records. I mean, it was a good couple of hundred, I think. I bid on other stuff, like I bid on a Buggles album. I bid up to 10 quid on that, and I was still beaten out. Really want that album. And I bid on a lot of other stuff, so I could have been much, much more expensive. But I managed to pull these ones out. So I also got my first Bread album, apart from the greatest hits. It's a really nice looking copy, actually, looking at it in brighter light. This is Guitar Man, which I think was their last album before they split up in the early 70s. It's a really good album. There's some really good rocking tracks, and there's Dean's beloved Butterfly Electra. That is a pretty label, isn't it? What's on here? Oh, was it Fancy Dancer? Fancy Dancer. Great track. Guitar Man, which is on Greatest Hits. Or Sound of Bread, whichever one I've got. Things like Tecolote. That's a good track as well. Yeah, it's not such introspective soft pop. There's a lot more rock on this. They've rocked it up a bit. I really enjoyed listening to that as well. Terrific stuff. Did I show you? Yeah, I did. Terrific stuff. Ooh, whoops. Right. That's Guitar Man. Now, the best record of the batch. This is the best record of the batch. My jaw dropped listening to this. So this is Charlie Daniels, and this is Honey in the Rock. And I was really looking forward to this. Picked this up for £1. Stuck it on. Skip, 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 skip. I was gutted. Because between the skips, this such a fantastic, fantastic, absolutely brilliant record. Funky country to a T. I presume this is Headley. Headley, you'll tell me if you don't think it is, but I reckon this is funky country. So it starts off with a track called Funky Junkie, which is funky as AF, just totally. Then you get Big Man, which could be, if they set a blaxploitation picture in Nashville, it would be the theme tune. It is so funky, it's brilliant. Then you've got Why Can't People and Revelations, they're both excellent tracks. Then you've got the only really real country song on the beginning of side 2, which is Uneasy Rider, which is a tale of Charlie pulling into a 2-bit no-horse town in the middle of nowhere, with a flat, has to go into a local bar, gets not assaulted but picked on by a load of hicks, and how he talked his way out of it and skedaddled. Terrific track. I think that was a US top 10 hit, I think I read. Then you got Midnight Lady, which is more just wonderful, wonderful music. Somebody Loves You, and then the 10-minute long No Place to Go, which is like a... words just fail me. This is so good. So, it skipped. But I liked it so much, I had to get another copy. because this, honestly, this is one of the best records I've heard for a really, really long time. So on eBay, I saw, this is really hard to get hold of over here. There are no copies on sale in the UK. I checked Discogs, I checked eBay, I've checked local record stores, and it's really hard to get hold of. You have to pay, I don't know, it's going upwards 20 quid. But then the one chap in France halved his price, and I leapt on it, and I put in an offer of, I think, €8, and he accepted it. So obviously they're not shifting. People who do have them aren't shifting. But if you see a copy of this, get it, because I just recommend this record so much. I haven't shown the labels yet. There's the inside. Lovely gatefold. Great picture of them on the back of the train. On Kama Sutra. Yeah, on Kama Sutra. There we go. Love that label as well. So yeah, if you see a copy, honestly, pick it up, because I cannot recommend this album enough. I know I probably say that every couple of videos, but this is the mother lode. I love this record. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. Right, there we go. Right, one more album, and then we're into the 12 inches. So complete change. Some late 80s dance. This is S Express's self-titled album on Rhythm King. This was a massive album. I've seen so many copies of this that are wrecked, but this one is in really good shape. Comes with the insert. So with information about, well, not much information, but a bit of information about the band. Also got the inner sleeve. And there's the custom label, which is quite nice. So S Express were massively successful, I think in 1989 in the UK. I don't know if they did it big anywhere else. I have no idea. But they had a massive #1 with Theme from S Express. And then 2 other big top 10 singles with Superfly Guy and Hey Music Lover. So I've been looking for this, looking for a decent copy of this for a long time. So I'm really chuffed I finally got one of these. And there's another stupid hype label. Who was it? Was it Matt Hayes who was talking about ridiculous hype labels? Was it on that? I can't remember now. But there's another one. Includes the hit singles. I mean, I know if you were buying this in 1989, you'd have to have been born on the moon or just arrived from Mars not to know that Thing from S Express was on here. It was everywhere. But still, what a stupid hype sticker. So well chuffed to get that. Right, the 12 inches, and these are 80s-tastic, so if you want to tune out now, tune out. Continuing the S Express theme, also managed to pick up a copy of the remix 12-inch, I think, of the theme from S Express. So this one has got, I'm not going to show the labels on these ones. So this one's got the Herbal Tea Casualty mix, which is a pretty good mix actually. And then you've got the Trip, which is a Microdot house mix. Of course it's a Microdot house mix. Tripping the nuts off. And then you've got the stock version of Theme from S Express. So brilliant stuff. Another one of my favourite dance records from late 80s. And I think I've got it on a compilation somewhere, but it's really nice to have the extended version. Is Chad Jackson's Hear the Drummer Get Wicked. Possibly one of the most annoying synth sax riffs ever, I reckon. But I don't know, there's something that doesn't turn me off it. I really like it anyway. So you've got, oh yeah, that's good as well. you've got an extended mix, the radio edit, and then you've got High on Life, which is it's about a 10-minute long track. Was it released in 1990? Oh, 1990. High on Life. This is a really good, funky, laid-back, funky track. Live from Manchester, about 10 minutes long. Really good. Right. Another house track. The Beatmasters featuring the Cookie Crew. Rock the House. 3 mixes. You got the standard, Latin beat, and Juni's mix. Really good stuff. I really like this one. I like the Beatmasters. Maybe I should get more of them, because they did Burn It Up with P.P. Arnold as well, which I really rate. I've got 12-inch and 7-inch of that. Maybe I need to look out for some of their albums. Did they do albums? I don't know. I think I need to investigate a wee bit more. So there we go. Another good house 12-inch that I picked up was this one. House Arrest by Crush. Really good. I really like this. I mean, at the time, I might well have turned my nose up at a lot of this, but because it was all over the place, it kind of gradually got into my head. And this was sort of, I had been into dance music a bit. I was never a dance fan. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I was. But I liked a few of the acid house stuff, a bit of the acid house stuff. But I never went to raves or anything like that. I was a committed rocker, indie kid, metaler, whatever, grebo, wearing scuzzy black jeans and a sweaty leather jacket. So, but it's nice to pick these up now, because I really do appreciate them a lot more than I did when I was 20. 20. So there we go, Crush with House Arrest. One of the great, I think, groundbreaking singles of the 80s was this one, and it's great to pick up the 12-inch, is Herbie Hancock's Rocket. This is such a brilliant song. If you've never seen the video to this, check it out on YouTube, because I think it was directed by Godley and Cream, and it's full of like automatons, really freaky, almost nightmarish automatons, and it's a terrific music video. I tried to catch that as often as I could back in the 80s. B-sides I don't like at all. You Bet Your Love and I Thought It Was You. They're really soft fusion. Don't like them, but Rocket, fantastic. I do have the album on CD, and I'm not really that keen on the album. It's not my sort of stuff, but Rocket is a classic. And another classic dance track is this one, Beat This, from Bomb the Bass. Tim Simonon was, I think, apparently he put this together in his bedroom. I don't know how true that is. But this is brilliant. Used loads of different sound effects, but one of them was the alarm off his alarm clock. That high-pitched beeping all the way through the track is his alarm clock. Apparently this was the first use of the smiley. Apparently. I'm not sure I can definitely vouch for that. I can't remember when the smiley was used, but this was released in, I think it was 88. 87. So it might well be, actually, because that was right at the start of rave. So who knows, maybe it was, but this is originally nicked from Watchmen, which is one of the greatest comics of all time. If you haven't read Watchmen by Alan Moore knows the score. Right. Couple more, and then we're over. Here we've got, Walk the Dinosaur. This is pretty cheesy pop, but I do love it. Boom, 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 shakalaka laka boom. I like that. I don't care if people don't, I do. And second 12-inch I've got by this chap, Bruce Foxton, originally bass player with the Jam, who tried to forge a solo career after, and it came up fairly short. I think it only lasted for 2 singles, which I think I now have both of them. And this is quite a good track, actually. I'm pretty sure he released an album. Picture of the Elephant Man on there. There he is in his Man at CNA suit. What does he look like? But really good track. Really enjoy that. Right, there you go. That's it. That was a Wodge and a half, wasn't it? That is a lot. I can't see the clock. The clock's on my camera is in a funny place. Can't see it properly. But I think it's about half an hour. So I do apologise for the length of the video. I'm gonna try. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Now, what I might do next is the second indie video. Then do some 7 inches of Joy, because I've got a backlog of singles. Backlog records. And then I'll do the third. So you might get a lot of videos in the short term, because it's half term at the moment, and as you may know, I'm a supply teacher, so I don't have anything else to do at the moment. My daughter is away, well, not away, but she's otherwise occupied by cousins visiting, so I'm not going to be seeing my daughter for the next couple of days. So I'm going to be making some videos. So hopefully I'll get some more out tomorrow. But there we go. A vinyl Wodge with some fabulous songs and records and things. So again, Mark, thank you so much for the stuff you sent. That was really lovely. And for the rest of you, many thanks for sticking around. Comments as always down below, down there. Just keep tuned in for more of the same. Cheers everybody. See you later. Bye.